To just talk about all that is happening in this particular space and the company's outlook, we are joined in by Vivek Lohia, the Managing Director of Jupiter Wagons. Hello and welcome to the show, Mr. Lohia. Thank you so much for taking out the time. Just want to understand from you the second quarter results. Now, is the wheel set availability issue which was persisting over the last couple of quarters finally behind? How will H2 shape up, considering that the first two quarters we've seen the impact in terms of the shortage that was there earlier?
Good morning, Anushi. So I think you've summarized it very well, your outlook on the sector. The challenge was definitely on the wheel sets, especially in the first quarter, and which has eased out considerably in the last quarter. And going forward, I think the wheel set issue, I don't think will be a challenge for us. So the numbers will definitely be on the higher side, and we will try to make up as much as ground we can in future. And I think now on the private side, the order book remains to be very healthy, and we are continuing to build on the order book. We are waiting for the next big order from Indian Railways. So I think as and when that comes, that will give us a very strong, healthy order book position going forward.
Right. So, Mr. Lohia, if you just take the production in picture, about 2,400 or so is what we saw in the first half of FY26. Of course, considering FY25, which was there, it was an 8,000 plus number that we've seen. So now with this issue largely behind, what's the kind of projection that we have for overall FY26? And more on this order book also, what's the kind of order book that you'll also see by the end of this fiscal?
In terms of projections, again, because the first quarter especially, which was a huge deficit for us, and everybody is aware of the supply chain issues. So we will try and make up as much as possible. Definitely to achieve last year's numbers would be very difficult because we had a huge washout in the first quarter. But we will try to definitely come as close as possible to those numbers. Again, to predict those numbers will be very difficult. We are ramping up our production capacities accordingly. In terms of future order books, we expect railways to, railway has been talking about, if you see their projections, they require close to about 50 to 60,000 cars to meet their targets in terms of their projections, in terms of revenue as well as their loading targets. So we expect those tenders to come out anytime by end of this year, beginning of next year. So as and when those tenders come out, I think the industry outlook will become very strong. All our other businesses, especially the wheel set business, the numbers have been trending very, very positively. Compared to last year, I think our growth in that business is more than 100%. Our margins are very healthy. Going forward, our plant, which is the integrated plant, which is coming up in Orissa, that is shaping out well. So I think once that plant
Mr.
comes
Lohia,
online,
considering that the outlook for the wheel set business is there, with the Odisha expansion plans also underway, wherein you're targeting about 1,000 crore or so. Just want to understand the near-term picture. Considering that these headwinds were there, do you still maintain the 10 to 15% of revenue growth guidance, and and EBITDA also, would that be in the 14 to 15% of range?
so I think in the coming quarters, the EBITDA's numbers will become more healthier. As you can see that because of the kind of order books which we have, our EBITDA numbers have not compared to the revenue decline, the EBITDA margins have been very steady. And definitely in the next two quarters, the EBITDA numbers will definitely go up. Uh, the revenue definitely, we will not be able to, this year for us to match the revenues would be a challenge. But for the next financial year, we expect the revenue numbers to be much stronger because again, one is the wheel set business will definitely play a very critical business, very critical role. Wagon numbers will definitely improve, and then we all our other businesses also in terms of the brake business and the other businesses, those revenues also will start kicking in.
So, Mr. Lohia, with the ramp up in the battery energy storage system, your electric mobility business as well, along with the wheel set, um, considering that FY26 was on the softer side, FY27 or 28, what would be the projection for growth be in terms of top line as well as margins?
FY28, we have mentioned that once our wheelset business comes fully online, we expect revenues there to be anything up between 2 to 3,000 crores. So overall, our projections are about close to 7 to 8,000 crores of revenue by FY28. And definitely in terms of EBITDA margins, we are looking at somewhere close to 14 to 15% on a consolidated basis.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lohia, for joining and sharing that outlook on the company.